Kristine Bellino, our very own Kristine Bellino, is in North Carolina these days and is on the line right now. Kristine, great to hear your voice. Good morning.
Good morning, and nice for rubbing it in that you guys have beautiful weather for the next couple of days, because I was just talking to Davey, and he said it's 65 and foggy there, so it's like 75 and foggy here, but we don't have sunshine for the next couple of days.
Well, and I have to tell you that you do know that come wintertime, you'll be certainly able to...
Yeah, in fairness, hurricane aside, we don't get to brag about that much, Kristine.
Yeah, you're right.
That's true.
All right, so you sent me some photos yesterday of the grocery stores. I mean, we kind of get that every once in a while. There's going to be a blizzard or something like that, but nothing to the extent of what you guys are facing down there.
I don't know if it's a great thing that people are absolutely, completely prepared here, but they've kind of gone to the one extreme where you're walking into large grocery stores and there are very few products on the shelves, save, the things that people don't normally buy that much of.
Right.
But bread, water, there's no water. I've talked to managers at 5 grocery stores, and they all say they're getting daily shipments, and the shipments leave within a few hours. There's one grocery store that had a 3-gallon limit on the number of bottles that you could take from the store. So,
wow.
And I know that this is a sacrilege in Utica, but SpaghettiOs, completely gone from the shelf.
You can't find SpaghettiOs. And listen, let me tell you, though, SpaghettiOs are good when you got to have something, right?
No electricity.
But I'm looking at the pictures you sent. It is really quite crazy. One of the other problems is gasoline, right? To keep the generators going and to get out of town.
Take generators. Some folks are coming out of town. We're getting about 1.7 million people from the coast have evacuated, and they've all evacuated inland, meaning the Raleigh-Durham area for the most part. And we're supposed to get hit anyway. But just not as bad as. And I talked to somebody yesterday, and he said, "I put all my stuff in storage, and I do not expect to have a house to go back to."
Wow.
And a lot of people are feeling that. I think the last big hurricane that's really on people's minds that hit here was Hurricane Fran in, I think it was 1996. Obviously, I wasn't here, but it had rained for days before that event. And not only did the hurricane cause, I believe, a tornado that ripped out a city block, but it caused massive amounts of flooding. And I think that they were without power. Some folks were without power for up to 2 weeks.
Wow.
So that's what's on everybody's mind, those folks who remember it. And, of course, there are a ton of transplants from the New York, New Jersey area here, and they've never dealt with, maybe small hurricanes.
Right.
But so they're panicking.
And you're about, how many miles are you from the coast? You're about halfway in, right?
We're about halfway in, about 2 hours if you're going to drive from the coast. So, you would think that we're going to get hit less, although we're supposed to start getting winds. It's raining now. We've been told until further notice, just expect rain.
Yeah.
But our weather right now is probably pretty much the same as yours.
It did look like it was going to have a direct. The models we were seeing yesterday looked like a direct hit onto maybe Myrtle Beach or in that area, but it seemed like the storm surge was much worse for the North Carolina coast.
Yes, so Wilmington was preparing, Topsail was preparing, then the storm shifted slightly, and now I think it's back again. I think that there was hope that another tropical storm would jut in there and kind of push it back out to sea. And, all this could be for naught. It could blow over, but everybody's certainly prepared in case it doesn't. But we are being told to be prepared to get slammed.
Wow.
So, even Governor Cooper is calling this a monster of a storm, potential devastation, all of those words that we try to be very conservative about. They are not even hesitating to use those words with this storm. And Monday, grocery stores were sold out.
Kristine, I will tell you, the president said yesterday this is going to be a storm that's very, very wet. So just keep that in.
You can always count on him for those pearls of wisdom.
You can.
I'm so
There's
glad
always
he's leading. And speaking of pearls of wisdom, not to deviate from the hurricane news, I'm glad to see that Dave Gordon is still running for office.
He is. These are names that you just can't forget about, right?
Did he send you an absentee ballot, Kristine?
He's run for so many offices. Now he's running for county clerk. And
he's going to fix the DMV.
Yeah.
I think the air that's being blown around, the hot air, may have something to do with this hurricane. Or he
Good,
may have something to do with this hurricane.
Well,
here,
remember, Hurricane Dave Gordon did just plow through. We had rain from that hurricane just this last couple days, so you never know.
Didn't get elected?
Still, well, tomorrow's the big primary day. Big primary day.
Yeah,
so.
primary tomorrow.
Yeah.
Kristine, you're not leaving, huh? Is that right?
No.
What are you going to be
does
like?
that
No.
surprise you?
No.
It does not. No, it does not. But I mean, so what is the? Well, let me ask you this first. How are your beautiful children?
Oh, thank you. They are excited to be having Friday off from school. So all the school systems have already announced closures. And I know I heard your sports report, NC State and Duke and all those schools are canceling. They've actually canceled school. They announced those closures on Monday or Tuesday.
Wow.
So they're doing great. They love it here. This is kind of a mix of the North and the South. Mississippi was just too Mississippi for us. So, I pride myself on being a good mom, but I think taking my children to Mississippi was borderline child abuse.
Was there there in Mississippi? Was there a little bit of anti-North, anti-New York?
There was anti-non-Mississippi.
Okay.
Interesting.
So one of my daughter's teachers had said to her, and, I was working for a news station there at the time, so I couldn't say this when I had talked to you guys on the air, but one of my daughter's teachers, he had a PhD. He was thought of as the most erudite teacher in the school, older gentleman, and my daughter asked a question in science class, and he slammed his hand on her desk and said, "New Yorkers are evil people." And I said,
Wow.
"Okay,
Wow.
I'm done."
Oh, that's funny.
Wow.
So, Mississippi is a great state, lots of culture, lots of whatever, but I just think that they enjoy being Mississippi, and they'll always be 50th for a reason in many things. So.
Always be 50th for a reason.
Yes.
Think about that. What you graduated from NYU, did you not? Was it NYU?
I did.
Yeah, and that's what my daughter is all excited that the NYU has announced a new program that if you study medicine at NYU, your tuition is free as long as you commit and stay within the boundaries of the grades that they require. You get a free tuition. Talk about that as being something pretty big, right?
That is humongous. And, when I first went to NYU, I started out as pre-med, but I had to drop out because for financial reasons of the pre-med program. So, I think that that's huge. I think that they're going to draw a lot of really talented people who may not otherwise have the opportunity to go to med school.
And that's really that's kind of an interesting theory that they're coming up with, saying that they're giving up on a lot of people that don't get the opportunity to get into medicine because they can't afford it. And by offering this program, they feel like they'll draw a larger pool of talent. So, interesting concept.
Is Grace going to med school?
That's what she wants.
That's amazing.
Sending me
That's
to the
awesome.
hospital. The whole concept is sending me right to the hospital. It's terrible.
Well, she'll be able to take care of you.
By the way, Bill's
investment in your medical treatment.
We're going to be studying med. We're studying pre-med at HCCC. Okay, I hope you enjoy it.
You could do your clinical at your house in Hartford.
That's right. You can practice on me. You'll be just fine.
In addition to this program, Bill's also doing morning shows in Boston, Florida, California, and Germany. So,
yeah, this break that I'm about to take now is my only time off today. So, Kristine, it's great hearing from you. We totally miss you tremendously. There's not a week that goes by that somebody doesn't come up to me and say, "Whatever happened to that Kristine? We just love Kristine." So.
I love and miss you guys so much. It's so great to hear your voices, and I do miss and love you all. So.
Well, and again, no surprise that you are roughing it out. What's the cliche that I should be using here? You're sticking it out.
Sticking it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're no surprise that you're staying and you're going to go through this hurricane, which I kind of think has got to be giving you a little bit of excitement, right, to see what's going to be coming.
Kind of, sort of. I grew up in Miami. So we had lots of hurricanes.
Yep.
So the only difference is with this, I'm going through it with my children. So if I really thought that they were in danger,
you'd be out
I would be leaving.
Yep.
But right now, I think we're pretty safe. I'll let you know Friday night.
Well,
but I'll take pictures. So.
We'll check in with you maybe tomorrow and Friday at some point. Let's try to work that out to see what you're experiencing down there. Kristine Bellino, as always, thank you so much.
Thank you. Love you all. Bye-bye.
We'll talk soon.